With these shots, Chad's army and people said farewell to their former leader, Idriss Deby. 4 days after the announcement of his death, a funeral service for the president of 3 decades was held in the capital's largest public square, Place de la Nation. It was attended by heads of neighboring countries, senior regional officials, and Deby's family.
The whole country and its people can feel my pain as a wife who has lost her husband in difficult times. We've lost a countryman and the head of our family. Idriss Deby to me was the exemplary husband, guiding father and counsellor. All these characters in one man whom we have lost.
Idriss Deby died from injuries he sustained fighting the rebel Front for Change and Concord group in the northern region of Kanem. Coming to power in 1990, after overthrowing his predecessor Hissène Habré, his tenure was filled with rebellions as well as coup attempts. After a military council took over following Deby's death, his son, a military officer, 37-year-old Mahamat Deby, is now head of state. The country's constitution, parliament, and government have all been dissolved, and a charter put out to guide the country for the next 18 months. Idriss Deby's death closes a chapter in Chad's history that lasted for more than 30 years. But the one that's opening now is presenting challenges. Many opposition leaders, as well as other groups, have rejected having Deby's son as their new leader. As the military council calls for dialogue, others are calling for labor strike. All this as Chad faces threats internally and externally. The rebel group has declared it will continue fighting and take over the capital in N'Djamena. Chad is also part of the G5 Sahel countries involved in counter-terrorism operations in Lake Chad and along the border with Mali, Niger, and Nigeria. Before the funeral, Chad's strongest ally, France's President Emmanuel Macron, met the military council and the G5 country leaders to discuss security.
France will not let anybody question or threaten today or tomorrow Chad's stability and territorial integrity. France will be here to ensure that the promise which was made will be realized for all patriots. Stability, inclusiveness, dialogue, and democratic transition, this is what we want. We are by your side.
Many of Deby's supporters who came for his funeral could not hide their grief.
We should be strong and not let this country go to waste. We're all mourning, but we should not forget that he died for this country, so we should unite and try to make this country move forward.
We need to be united for the country's stability, for the country's security, and for its territorial integrity. Not everyone is happy, the military is in charge, but they're open to dialogue, so we should take that as the first step.
Deby is being buried next to his father's grave in the eastern town of Mjeres. And to the world, he was one of Africa's longest-serving leaders who died in conflict. To most of the opposition, he was a ruthless leader who denied them a change in governance. And to others in Chad, he will be remembered as the man who led the country during difficult times. Hiba, Al Jazeera, N'Djamena.